This is KTVO's Good Morning Heartland.
Welcome back. Buying a home can be one of the most rewarding and exciting times in your life. Pride of ownership, privacy, and tax benefits are some of the best aspects of owning a home. Yet when two or more people decide to purchase a home together, they must decide on how to take title to the property. The manner in which a married couple, a dating couple, or friends take title to a home can greatly affect their rights now and in the future. In fact, there are several types of property ownership or tenancy, and to learn more about each one, we have Linda Ranson from Pickle Abstract Company here this morning to kind of all just funnel it out and break it down for us. So how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you.
So first of all, how can a person take a title?
Well, there are several different options.
Okay.
A married couple can take title as husband and wife,
okay,
which is also known as tenants by the entirety. Two non-married people can take title as tenants in common, or as joint tenants. And those have different outcomes in how they transfer the title after their ownership. Tenants in common, their interest would go to their heirs.
Okay.
Joint tenancy, the interest would go to the other party should something happen to them. So a married person could also take title just as a married person. You know, Ella Soroka, a single person, Linda Ranson, a married person.
Gotcha.
But the two of us could take title together as a single person and as a married person, but we would want to put something behind it, like the tenants in common or the joint tenants, so that our interests are protected for the long term.
Okay, so say a married couple is buying a home together, but one of them decides just to put their name on the title. How does that work, and what happens in that case to the other person who isn't physically on the title?
If a married couple takes title, for instance, the husband is entitled to the property, his spouse has a marital interest in it. She would have to sign any deeds of trust, so she would acknowledge that, and she would be the grantor on the documents, and she would physically have to sign those papers. However, she would not be in an ownership interest. She would have only a marital interest.
Interesting. Okay, now what happens if one person in the party passes away? What happens to that title?
If we are owning a piece of property together and we are entitled as joint tenants and I pass away, you become the sole owner to the full property. You have all interest in it by virtue of how we have our tenancy, the word used previously. Our vesting could be as tenants in common. If that's the case, my interest, and I pass away, my interest goes to my heirs. And so there would need to be an establishment of who my heirs are in that regard.
All right. Now, is there a way to protect property going to probate?
There is. If a couple is in title and they leave a beneficiary deed to someone, if one person dies in title, then the property belongs to, depending upon their tenancy, husband and wife, or tenants in common or joint tenants, as we mentioned. Then it goes to the other party as the tenancy requires. However, if only one person is in title and they pass away, their property may end up going to probate if they don't have a beneficiary deed in place.
Okay.
So that's an important part.
All right. And finally, what if children in a family are minors? Can the parents pass that on to them?
If they are minors, no,
Okay.
because those children would then, if the parents pass, those children are then considered wards of the court. The courts would determine their interest, and so the property would then become an interest of theirs, and again, controlled by the court. So you don't want to leave a minor in title. If your children are of age, just make sure that you have those provisions taken care of. Leave it to someone who is of age that will look out for the best interest of your children.
Okay, perfect. And of course, this is, a lot of important information that everybody needs to know, whether they are going in as a couple or, like you said, landlords that go with business and with their friends and all that stuff. So if they have any questions or concerns, you are the people to call, because you obviously know all the answers. So what we'll do is we'll post everything on our website at heartlandconnection.com. We'll also link up Pickle Abstract's information, because you actually have several different locations in the Heartland, not only in Kirksville, but you also have Edina, and where is the other
Lancaster.
one? Lancaster. Okay, so we'll post all that information on our website. Again, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
And we'll be right back.